Tyrique is ready to move forward and break free from Teddy with new allies, and Leah made her choice. Now can she handle the consequences? What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane back again with another Icon of People video, and we are back from the holiday hiatus with episode 10 of Icon of People, titled Just Desserts, which is so fitting because in this episode, one of the themes that is happening is one of the last events for the Grey Cities leading up to their bidding ceremony, which is their pastries event where they are supposed to bake a dish and then use that dish to talk about their lineage, their family, and how things have been passed down within their bloodlines. And this is going to be what they're judged as the last thing for their bid to become a part of the Grey Cities. Now, there's so much that comes out in this episode, y'all. We can see that Leah and Angie really have gotten to a really good place, or so it seems at the top of this episode. They're giving very much so sister vibes. Leah has, made up with Raymond, and they seem to be in a good place. However, we're dealing with the fallout of Jack's passing, and what does that mean for everybody involved? Leah at the start of the episode, well, actually all throughout the episode, she is pretty passive and kind of like floating. She goes to Angie while, she's working on her little pastry dish to go and talk to her about how she's feeling and how she just can't really figure out what to do. She knows that Raymond has feelings about this, but she also knows that it's complicated because she also had to have a conversation with Raymond about, Jack and the kiss and all of the things that has happened in between. And then of course, Raymond talked to her about needing to get the stocks paper before Teddy did, and that becomes complicated. So honestly, Leah is a walking conflict of interest right now. She is really trying to manage quite a bit of relationships. She wants to manage her relationship with Angie. She wants to manage her relationship with her dad. She's also caught in between Angie and her dad because even though Aunt Peggy told Angela to keep it cute, keep it quiet, do not react, try to continue to get close to Teddy because that's the best way to be able to get what you want in reference to getting close enough to get what you need and then take him out in the process or hold him accountable in the process. Angie can't seem to do that. At the top of the episode, y'all, she don't even want the man to touch her. That sends signals to him of like something is clearly wrong, and it becomes a thing that reverberates back to her towards the end of the episode, which I'm going to talk about. But Angie can't keep a straight face. Angie can't lie really to save her life for the most part. She literally gives it all away. But back to Leah. Leah's trying to navigate this. So when they talk at, Eve's Crown, and Angie kind of like hints at some of the things that she's concerned about, Leah, and trying to protect her relationship with her sister and continue to build and connect their family, she seeks out her mother to go and ask questions to figure out is there anything to what Leah believes or what Leah is claiming. And that ultimately puts her in a compromising position because her mother has this whole episodes about it, which I definitely think that there is so much more there with the mom, y'all. Like, I'm gonna need them to give the mom a little bit more screen time because there's definitely something going on. The fact that you can't even mention Evelyn Vaughn's name without Leah's mama losing her complete and utter it's a problem. Like, there's definitely something there. And how in the hell did Teddy even know, one, that Leah was there, and then two, to walk in at the time that she was actually spiraling? So Teddy comes in while, Leah is talking with her mom, and her mom is losing it because of Angela's mom's being brought up. And then he basically gives Leah an ultimatum, like she needs to go ahead and get rid of Angela because this is not good for her mom. This is not good for everybody. There's a lot that happened that night. Honestly, Leah is really trying to figure out what happened the night of Illumination Ball, which is the night that Angie's mama was arrested. It's the night that everything kind of just went haywire and came to a head, specifically within their families, and then the night that a lot of decisions were made. So Leah gets to a place where she's wondering what's going on. She wants to see if there's any claims or any truth to the claims that Angela might have. But then ultimately, by the end of the episode, she actually makes her choice. Like, Teddy tells her at the nursing home where her mom is having an episode that she needs to get rid of Angela, and she could either do it her way or he's going to do it his way, which is going to be a lot messier. And when it comes down to it, Leah becomes the deciding factor or deciding choice of if Angie is going to actually get into the Grey Cities, and she decides against it. And in the first watching, y'all, I was pissed, okay? I was so pissed at Leah. Like, girl, you actually really do like Angie now. You really look to her as a sister, and this is what you're gonna pull. However, now that I'm actually doing this review and like talking about it, I feel like it could be a thing where Leah made this choice to protect her and not actually shoo her away. I think that throughout this episode, we see Leah's wheels turning and things are becoming a little bit more apparent to her. Like, while she goes and has a conversation with Angie, like, oh yeah, I talked to my mom, it wasn't actually what you thought. I do think that she still kind of has a little bit of questions about it, and going back and rewatching and doing this review, I'm like, all right, so let me go ahead and give Sista the benefit of the doubt, because I was about to be on her head, y'all. Like, the way that this went down, it was just like, oh my God. But in thinking about it again and really paying attention to all of the things that we saw, Leah's actually kind of sparing Angie in this moment. And it also sends Teddy to notice that, oh, Leah's still on his side. So as long as Leah is still loyal to Angie and it appears to him like, oh, Leah has handled it, this is going to get Angela to go, then that will take Teddy's eyes off of Angela and she won't have to worry about him going after her, and then they can maneuver in the secret in the cover. Okay, I'm going to say that that's what's actually going to happen, y'all, because the way that it was actually playing out, it was not giving that. The way that you watch it, it's like, oh my God, I cannot believe this girl betrayed her again. And you know, like the start of this season, Leah was given very much so just can't be trusted, very much so selfish little black girl, entitled little black girl. But I do think that over time she has come to really enjoy and love her relationship with Angie and not feeling so alone. Angie models motherhood for her and strength for her in a different way than she's ever seen it, and I think that this is not something that she's gonna that quickly walk away from or give up. So come on, it might be a little bit of layers there, and we ain't gonna read you this time, Leah. Also, what happens in this episode, we get to see Tyrique, which I said Tyrique earlier, sorry y'all, I've been watching a lot of Power. We get to see Tyrique try to make amends for how he's been acting, and honestly, him and Raymond have a huge arc in this episode where he's at the police station and he's picking up this package for Teddy that Teddy asked him for. He gets a flashback, I think, to the night that his father might have killed himself or was killed, and he, sees this chair that triggers him and sends him right back to that moment. And then Raymond happens to be there as well because he's also trying to intercept whatever package that Teddy picks up or needs picked up, and he, checks on him and is there for him, supporting him. And then everything comes out about their past. They all went to the same boarding school, but Raymond never paid Tyrique any mind, never gave him the time of day, never befriended him or anything like that. And all of that comes up, and I'm just like, all right, y'all, can we let this go? But once you actually see how it plays out, you understand that it needed to happen so that they could actually heal, and that so that Raymond could actually be accountable. One of the reasons why Raymond is in the position that he's in is because he tried to play the game this whole time and he allowed his mom to control his life. Had he made better decisions and used his brain and his own morals, then he would have been in a position where he would have had a best friend that was actually solid, because Jack was not that. He would have been more supported. His relationship would have been more grounded, wouldn't be going through so many rocks and bumps, and that's what we're actually see happen, or we see him starting to adjust and starting to realize, like, Raymond has to check his mama in this episode, like, yeah, the police know that there was a woman there and I still got this glass, so you gonna chill out and I'm gonna make the decisions that I want to make and do what I gotta do. And then we also see when he apologizes to Tyrique, like, yeah, I know I should have been more accountable, I know I should have stopped him, I know I should have stepped up, I know I should have had your back, and I'm sorry that I did not do that. Now I'm going to do that. I was making decisions based on what was told to me and I was trying to be a good boy and do that, but I'm not being a good boy no more. And I'm like, all right, stand up and show out. We are here for it. By the end of the episode, Tyrique and Raymond actually make an alliance with one another, and I'm like, yes, come on, Lance Gross and Morris Chestnut. Not y'all teaming up as the chocolate allies. It is giving, okay? Our kind of people came out of nowhere and gave everything that needed to be gave for us on TV, y'all. Do y'all see all this melanin? My God. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Specifically for Tyrique in this episode, he has a moment with Aunt Peggy where she's able to be honest with him and let him know that she was lying before and come clean. And she's on this whole little absolution tour, which ultimately ends by the end of the episode with her turning herself into the cops. And I'm like, girl, all of this was cute and all until you talked about going to the cops. You killed this man 25 years ago or however long ago. I don't know when it was, honey, but it was too long ago for you to be turning yourself in now. You can go around and tell Angela and Tyrique and everybody else what you did, but them cops don't need to know nothing, girl. And you need to relax. But clearly, she's just trying to ease her guilt. She's going to meetings again. She's getting back on the wagon, and we're going to see where this actually goes. I'm hoping that this doesn't mean that she actually goes to jail, but it probably means that another secret's going to come out, because something tells me, y'all, that she didn't actually kill this man, but she thinks she did. And because Teddy's involved, I just feel like nothing is as it appears when Teddy is actually involved. Aside from these major beats, y'all, there were quite a few little cute moments. We start the episode off with Nate, Angie, and Nikki. They're dancing and having a good time. We get that little cute moment. I think that the little pastry events was cute. There's a moment where Olivia is like going head up with Angie about her pound cake and how basic it is, but that happens to be her favorite kind, and it actually tastes good when she actually tastes it. And Angie goes ahead and gives a nice little delivery speech about how she's creating new traditions. It's not about the past, but what she's cultivating for the future. And Olivia's sitting there left dumbfounded. The mama gotta go, y'all. I'm sorry, I hate to wish death on somebody's mama, but the mama gotta go. She is reckless, she is irresponsible, and she is vindictive, and there will be more people who continue to die in her wake if they don't actually check her. But y'all, that is my full breakdown for Just Desserts episode 10 from Our Kind of People. We will see 12 episodes of Our Kind of People this season, so we have 2 left. If you would like to catch back up on last week's episode or the previous episode before this one, you can go ahead and click this video right here. I also will be coming to you with a few predictions for the rest of the season. I have the 2 synopses for the next 2 episodes, so I want to talk about that a little bit more. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here so that you don't miss any of my Our Kind of People content as it is released, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.